Okay, Tay Tay, you gotta get out of the shop. Alrighty, hi guys and welcome back to my channel. Today I have my husband with me. You're normally in vlogs but not in sit-down videos. But today, before I show you guys what we got for our baby shower, I just wanted us to talk about everything that happened with our baby shower. As you guys know, I had planned a baby shower for myself and then Travis surprised me the weekend before with this baby shower. So I thought it'd be fun that we sit down and just tell you everything that happened that day. And yeah.
Go ahead.
You're the one that planned it.
I want to hear your story so then I could understand what you thought was going on and then I could tell you the truth.
Okay, so Sunday we got up, just had our normal Sunday. We planned to go to Temecula that day and we had had that planned for like weeks, so I thought nothing of it.
Yep.
And then yeah, we went out to Temecula, we spent the day out there. And
the thing was, we went earlier than I would have liked.
Because of me.
Because she's like, I want to just get out there and go and get back early. And I'm like, oh, man.
Just the whole day, like, he has this plan and I'm kind of messing with his plan because I want to leave earlier and then I want to come home earlier and he's trying to, like, think of things. He's doing things on purpose while we're in Temecula to keep us out there longer.
So anyways, let's just get to the nitty gritty. So what happened was we left at like 10:30, approximately 10:30, and we went out to Temecula, and we were initially going to go get her ring picked up because they called us. They told us her ring was going to get fixed and resized. So we get there, we get out to Temecula, and what did we do first?
We went and got alcohol.
We went to Bevmo. No, not Bevmo.
Wine and more.
Wine and more, whatever. So we went out there because I needed the double black of Johnny Walker's because it's the best.
Okay, anyways, that doesn't have to do with a good shower.
Scotch. Okay. So we go out there and I'm taking my time and what the beautiful part was, we get there and they were like, oh, we need both of your IDs. And I looked at the guy, I was like, I'm buying it. And he's like, oh, unfortunately, store policy, we need both IDs. So her pregnant belly had to go back out to the car to get it,
come back.
and then come back, which
and
took
we
some
also
time.
had to wait for them to get another bottle because they had another bottle in stock.
Yeah, because there was only
Travis
one
was
bottle
just
on it, and I'm
milking
like,
it.
oh man, do you guys have another bottle? Like, I don't come out here all the time, and they're
He
like,
was
oh
just-
yeah, we got another bottle. So I ended up walking out with 3 bottles, and
He did everything he could that day to just make us stay out there longer.
We get to the car, and I'm like, all right, let's go get our ring, and then
it was too early, so we
and
went
I
and
was
got
like,
food.
I was like, oh, I'm hungry. Let's go to Firehouse Subs, which is a freaking awesome place to eat. And we went to Firehouse Subs, and she didn't want to go inside.
I just wanted to get the food.
She
and then
already
get my
wanted to
ring.
go home, and it was 12:30.
And he needed to
And
keep
the
me
party
out of the house
was
until
starting
3.
till 3 o'clock. She wanted to go home at 12:30. So she didn't come in to eat lunch. I took the girls by myself. She stayed in the car. I went back to the car, and I said, all right, let's go get the ring.
I was throwing a fit.
I was going to park far away so that I can stroller her, and she's like, no, I'll just go by myself. Pull up right away. I want to just get in and get out. So we always park and go inside, always.
But the last time we went, me in a wheelchair with all the kids is just a lot.
It's not a lot.
It is. Actually,
It just
we
takes time.
We didn't bring the wheelchair.
It just takes time, which would have been ideal and perfect.
Yeah.
But anyways, so she goes in there. I go
to
park.
get my ring.
And I go park pretty far. She calls me and tells me the ring's not available. They don't even have it. And I was like, how do they not have our ring? They called me and said the ring is available for pickup.
So this kind of sucked because he was hoping that would be like my little treat on our baby shower day, that I'm able to get my ring, because that's what we were initially like out there for.
Yes.
Anyways, so we don't end up getting my ring, and then after that, I'm ready to go home. I'm like,
I pick her
let's
up.
just go home.
It's about 1:15. It's a 45-minute drive.
He's
So
like,
that is 2 hours. That's
No.
2 o'clock.
Listen, so you then were like, can we at least take the kids to the park for a little bit? So then, did you actually get lost on purpose driving to the park, or did you really not know where you were going?
I really did.
Okay.
I-
Because we drove in circles.
I thought I remembered, but I didn't. So I had to drive around a cul-de-sac to get to where we needed to go. So anyways, we went to a park.
We were there for like an hour. You wanted to stay longer.
Whenever we left the park, that was when it was like 1:15. So rewind that time. So yeah, anyways, we get to the park. She's done with the park. The girls aren't, which was the sucky part. They could have played at the park for hours. But
the girls were done, babe. They were fine.
Okay, the girls were done.
Nobody cried.
So we get to the car, and I'm like looking at the time. I'm texting her mom. Hey, Tammy, we're coming back a little early. You think you can like get this thing showing the road? Well, and she told me, oh, everyone's not gonna be here till 3. So I started texting my side, telling them to show up at 3. One of them was like, oh no, we can't make it, and then the other one's like, oh yeah, we'll be there early.
Irrelevant.
It's not irrelevant because it's showing you how much effort and stuff that I had to do.
True.
So it's not irrelevant. Okay. While I'm in the car with you. Okay.
Okay.
So we're driving back.
Into town.
I noticed we need to delay. I need to stop at least 2 places. We stop at Farmer Boys. What do we do at Farmer Boys? We park. We go inside of Farmer Boys. I said, hey, do you want your turkey sandwich that you get every single time at Farmer Boys? No. I just want to go home.
Okay, first of all, this is what happened because you missed this part. Once we get back into town, he says we're going to go to Farmer Boys and go to the bathroom. I'm like, we're 10 minutes away from the house. Why don't we just go to the house? My back is hurting. I started having this really bad lower back pain, and I don't know what it was. At this point, I'm not having contractions, so just a lower back pain. So I asked him, I said, babe, can we go home? And he said, no. And I didn't think anything of it. I just thought, wow, he's like kind of being mean today. But okay, like normally he wouldn't just, he'd be like, babe, come on, let's do this or whatever. But he was like, no. And I was like, okay.
Okay, no, I said no after I already tried the, hey, come on, it's Sunday, let's just relax.
No, you didn't.
Like,
You full on, you just didn't, you couldn't think of anything.
No.
You were like, no. I continued to ask on our way to Farmer Boys. I was like, babe, please, my back is really hurting. Like, I promise I'm not just saying this. Can you please take me home?
What did I say?
No.
Hey, just try to get comfortable. Try to get comfortable.
He was like, you need food. Like, let's get you food.
Yeah, let's
whatever.
get some food.
So I'm
Every
like,
time
okay,
you eat,
whatever.
You feel better.
He's like, Leighton really has to pee. Like, that was his thing at that point.
Leighton did have to pee.
So he used Leighton as an excuse. He goes in, he only gets me food, he comes back out. By the time he comes out, I'm having contractions and this back pain.
Because you're stressing out.
No, I was not stressed out.
So we get in the car.
So then
start
I'm
heading
contracting
home.
him.
It's approximately 2:20.
I'm having consistent contractions every 5 to 7
We're
minutes.
driving,
apart.
and there's the last road to our house, and it's either drive straight and get home, or hang a right
and go
to a thrift store. So I took
right.
my balls out of her purse and I hung a right.
And I almost killed him because I was like, is this at that point?
Are you serious?
I was like,
and she started like getting emotional,
really upset.
like, mad.
I was like yelling at him, and the kids
crying
are in the car.
/anger /everything.
I was just like, babe, do you think that I'm joking? This
but
is
what
not a
I
joke.
did
I'm actually in
was
pain.
I kept my eyes on the road and I did not look her way at all.
Until we were at the thrift store and we parked, and I was like, I will walk home.
We get to the thrift store and I'm about to cry because she's so pissed off, and I'm like, babe, this is your happiest place on earth. Come on, let's just go in here.
I never usually turn.
And
down
I'm like, I'm literally about to cry inside, and she's like, no, we need to go home right now. I'm about to walk. Do you want me walking?
You guys need to remember, I sound like such a mean wife, but I was genuinely hurting, and I'm high risk for preterm labor, so I was scared that I was
second, I was
go
like,
into labor.
maybe that's a good idea that she walks, because that'll take more time. But a second after the second that I was thinking of, I was like, no, she's pregnant and she's going to put herself into labor because she's going to be pissed off and stressed, and she's going to walk this baby right on out of her. And that wasn't going to happen. So we drive home as slow as I can.
Again, this is like 1 minute down the road.
We pull up, and I notice Michelle, my aunt, is right behind us, and she's kind of like, oh my gosh, what do I do? Oh. So
funny, because I'm not paying attention to any of these. You guys, I have no idea. If I had any idea, I would be like, oh, let me go to my mom's or something.
Everyone that was part of helping out and getting things together, we're getting things together. I park the car. I get out of the car. I go to the passenger seat and said, hey babe, come on.
You want to get out and open the gate?
You want to get out and open the gate?
And I just look at him and I'm like...
She starts getting pissed, even more. And she starts crying and getting mad.
Oh yeah, I did
because
start crying.
She's just like, open up the damn gate and get me inside.
I'm hurting. I can't walk that far while I'm having contractions.
It's not even that much further. But she wasn't thinking about that.
Okay, you guys, you have to realize that I'm pregnant. So any time that I'm normally having contractions, he gets the gate. Or just, in general, just the fact that I'm pregnant, he gets the gate more often than I do. So for him time, yes, sometimes. The one time that I'm in pain, he's like, hey, can you get the gate? Like, oh, you might be in labor, but can you get the gate?
I didn't tell her to get the gate. I got out of the car and said, let's get the gate together. But she didn't want that. So I'm sitting there waiting and asking her, like, trying to plead with her and like, oh my gosh.
I sound like such an awful
So, do you get out?
No.
No.
I say, open the gate.
I open up the gate. Oh, no, she threatens. She says, I will drive myself. We're either going to the hospital right now.
Oh, no. No, I said, like, we either go home or we go to the hospital because I'm having contractions and I need to lay down and get them to stop.
So, I open up the gate.
Meanwhile, he's stressing about, like, ruining the surprise, obviously. And my family's on the other side of this fence setting up.
I didn't care about ruining the surprise at that time. I thought about not getting yelled at. And you pissed off at me more than you've ever been. So anyways, I open up...
so angry, and I didn't understand.
No, she has. I open up the gate. I open up the gate, and her dad is there, her papa's there, the kids are running around,
and then this is when it gets
there's
good.
Everything. She looks at everything.
He goes, "Baby, today's your baby shower."
I was like, "Today's your baby shower."
I said, "What if we have to go to the hospital?" And you're like, "You're not gonna have to go to the hospital. Go in and lay down." So I came in, laid down. He shut the blinds.
No. No. You have to tell your viewers how pissed off you were, how infuriated you were, and then as soon as as soon as the gate opened and you saw everybody, you went from infuriated to, what do you call it?
Aww.
I'm pissed off to aww.
Well,
so,
yeah, I thought that he wasn't
down.
taking me home whenever I was in pain, and I didn't understand why.
You guys gotta watch this. Look at this. Tatum, is that a little too big for you? Hey. Alright, back to it. So, Lonnie's like, surprise! And I'm like, just get her inside. So, do I walk you inside all the way here?
Yes, you do.
I do. I walk her all the way inside, right on this bed that we're sitting on right now. And I tell her, lay down, relax. We're gonna have a good old day. Everyone's gonna come over.
He rubbed my special cream on my back.
Everyone's gonna come over, and today's your baby shower.
I still didn't look at any of the decorations. I didn't see.
She didn't see the colors. She didn't even know who set it up.
Who was
really
coming? Yeah.
She didn't know nothing about it. She just knew that she was gonna have one then.
I only saw my papa and my dad. Yeah.
So, that was an eventful day, and it was a challenge. It was an effort that didn't go exactly the way it was. In our prayer during it, that was exactly the way I felt. I felt like it was a challenge. It didn't go exactly the way I planned it, which is kind of a part of life. It didn't go exactly the way I planned it, which is okay. But guess what? It still was a surprise, because you didn't know up until that second that we opened up the gate. So it was still a surprise. It wasn't the surprise exactly that I wanted. But hey, it still worked out. We still had family together. We still ate our good food. You still opened up your gifts.
We didn't have to go to the hospital.
You didn't have to plan a single thing. You didn't have to stress out on that day about anything, except for how mad you were.
Except for the
That's it.
contractions, yeah.
So, don't sit here and tell me that.
I just hope that you don't,
I don't know.
Anyways,
and that
so
was a Sunday.
I got dressed. My mom had bought me an outfit, and I put on the dress, and I walked outside, and everybody had little confetti poppers, and they popped them and said surprise.
Mm-hmm.
I can insert that video. I didn't get a lot of footage, but just like a few clips. That's why I wanted us to sit down and talk about it, and then I'll share the literally 2 clips that I got of that day.
You get all the time. Oh, Joshua is a. I think it's. Are you kidding?
But it turned out really good. Travis did a really special prayer over me in front of our family and before we opened our presents, which was the best thing ever. Made me feel so loved. And in that moment, even though I was having all these contractions, I just thought, God is going to protect me and we're going to be okay because we have all these people here that love us.
And one thing that was something that we talked about for a while was how we're going to kind of show everybody this baby in the sense of what gender, because we don't know what baby, if this is going to be a boy or a girl, right? So we told everybody in that prayer, we said everyone is going to be invited to come over to the house and find out if it's a boy or a girl.
And when he said that, everyone was like, oh, everyone thought that he was going to tell
everyone
them.
thought I was going to say what if it was going to be a boy or a girl.
I was like, did he find out somehow and he's going to tell us right now?
Nah. But that's the suspenseful part, that's the good part. But anyway, so
But he invited
some of my
everyone.
family was like, oh, we're not going to be in town, we're going to Minnesota, and you could just FaceTime us. And I was like, no.
We're not doing FaceTimes or texts.
No.
We're going to tell everyone. Everybody has to come and meet the baby to know the gender of the baby.
Yep. That's just the way it's going to be, unless you are already living out of state, and then you're going to find out last. Because everyone that was there on that day, on that very special day, is going to be the first ones, first opportunity to know the gender of the baby while you're having a contraction right now. You got to breathe.
Yeah, I'm having a contraction.
Trust me.
Ow.
Breathe.
You can't make me laugh during one.
Woo. Rock hard. All right.
So that was our baby shower day. And now I will roll the clip of me opening up all of our baby shower gifts.